I'm going to be teaching you how I'm able to make a week worth of content in just 30 minutes using cheap AI tools. And from this class, I hope that you'll be getting a lot of lessons. I hope that you'll be learning a lot. So, um, so in 2025, everyone talks of AI, but it's actually a few people that are willing to show you how it actually works. Because AI, it's sometimes it takes a lot of work, and people don't talk about the nature of the work. People don't talk about how long it takes, and they make everything seem so easy that you might think that it's easy to use AI. They just make it look like a plug and play, especially now that there are all these wrap-up platforms that they just want everybody just wants to take advantage of each other. So, you know, the thing that creators are doing wrong is they are always chasing views. Everyone wants to have views, everyone has wants to have a lot of views. But then what they are not chasing is they are not looking at how to make these systems better. They are not looking at how to make these systems work for them. So instead of making an AI like uh, thinking for you, because a lot of people prefer to make AI to be thinking for them, why not make it like an assistant? Because that's the whole purpose of AI. The whole purpose of AI is to be a kind of assistant, sort of to help you run your day-to-day activities. So it's not your brain. Don't make it to replace you. It's not your replacement. It's meant to be an assistant. And anytime you don't treat it as an assistant and then you start getting afraid of it and doing all this stuff, it now becomes your replacement. So there are different kinds of AI tools. There are a variety of AI tools. So there are AI tools for captions, there are AI tools for ChatGPT. There are a lot of different kinds of AI tools, and you have to choose the one that works best for you. So what I see a lot of creators do, the mistake I see a lot of creators do, is that they are trying to they think that AI does everything for them. They think it does the heavy lifting for them. Actually, there is a research that has been conducted that there are about 50%, 49% actually, of all the posts created on social media were created using AI. But people don't report this. They don't tag it as AI. So it means that a lot of things people have been watching are AI all along. People have been watching AI all along. People have been, we've not been seeing what we should be seeing. We've not been watching what we should be watching. We've been watching AI. And just a few of us target. Now, the market these AI people sell us is okay, it's just AI. Like you just plug it and play it. You just tell you what to do and it's going to do it. But then that is not always the case. In fact, most of the time, 70% of the time, the posts created using AI, at the end of the day, they don't deliver anything. They end up not delivering what they are supposed to deliver because an AI is supposed to be something that takes away the pressure from you. It's supposed to be something that when you use, you actually find out that your burden is lifted. But then when you use AI, you find out that you still have to go through the pressure of editing. So, for example, most people that use AI on social media to make videos, they still have to go through the rigorous activity of editing videos for hours. So, when you think of this, you now ask yourself, then what is the need for AI? If I'm still going to be the one editing the video for hours, for tons of hours and hours and hours on end, then why am I using AI? If AI, if I'm going to be the one editing this video for so long, why am I editing? Because AI is supposed to be what makes your work easier. It's supposed to be something that makes your work, that frees up tension from you. But then they don't um they don't tell it to you like this. They sell it to you like a stressless market. And that is a crazy thing, because a lot of us fall into that delusion thinking that, it's going to make the work easier for us. But then it does not. So AI now, for the AI image generators and AI picture editors, they are just working the same way. The same way you go to the internet, you look for a stock picture. That's the way most of these AI image and video generators are working now. Just like looking for stock pictures, because they don't do anything for you at the end of the day. You still have to take your time, you still have to edit the video for hours on end, and you still have to make good videos. So that is the way to see these AI tools, because they've not gotten to that point of agentic mode. Now they talk of agentic AI, it's going to do all the work for you, it runs the work on your system. But what we have now, it's just a similitude of what it's just a similitude of what is to come, because now they are selling the idea that this thing is going to come, it's going to make your work easier, but it's not yet there yet. It's not there yet. It's not at that point where it makes your work easier, because obviously, from what we are seeing, from what everyone is saying, it's not making your work easier yet. It's still the same level of work, maybe a bit easier, but still the same level of work. It has not gotten to that agentic mode where you have to sit down and stresslessly AI turns out video editing for you. There are a few apps doing this, but then those apps doing it, I've used some of them myself, and these apps are not what they say they are. For example, if you are making social media video, you are making reels, you are making shorts, YouTube shorts using these tools, you barely get any views from them, because to make social media videos, to make stuff like reels and make them go viral, you have to not only be a good editor, you have to look at recent trends, you have to do extra things. So most videos that go viral are videos that humans edited themselves, because they took extra time editing it. If you use an AI to edit your video, that video is going to end up being so slow. You are going to find out that there's much is not happening on the video, because the video is going to end up being slow. It's not going to get you views. The videos made by AI don't get you so much views as you think. So who are the people benefiting from these tools we are paying for? It's the AI platforms. The people that are selling you the AI services, that are telling you this is, come and pay for this AI tool, it's going to make it better. So it does not make it better. The platforms are the ones that have the money, not you. So here is how you can cut down your job. Here is how you can make AI to here is how you can generate your whole content idea using AI in a short period of time. So here's how you can generate a week of content in just 30 minutes using AI. So planning out your week of content. So the first plan, I'm supposed to use a bot to teach this, but then I don't want to stand. So the first part is the part of you aligning your what exactly do you do online. Are you a social media strategist? Are you a content creator? What business are you into? Whatever you do, what do you do? What do you do online? So you tell your AI this. You can do it with any tool, free ChatGPT subscription, you know, Gemini, Grok AI, any tool at all. So you get what exactly do you do online? Anything you are, if you're an author, you're a nurse, you're a businessman, you do finance, tell the AI, all right, this is what I do. So it's going to, you are going to bring what you do, you tell it what you do, you tell it how exactly you do it. So if it's that you do finance, you are going to tell the AI, look, I'm this kind of finance person, and you are going to tell it, look at what I'm looking to achieve. And after telling it what you are looking to achieve, now you tell it, under this category, under what I just told you that I do, I want you to give me the niches under this industry. So it's going to give you niches. Tell it to give you 4, 5 niches. Tell it to give you 5 niches under the industry. So it's going to give you 5 different niches under the industry that you are in. And then you are going to tell it to break down the niches. So it's going to break it into sub niches. Those niches are going to have sub niches. And then 5 of those niches are going to have like 5 sub niches each. And then under those sub niches, you are going to tell it to further break down those sub niches into categories. So it's going to categorize those sub niches, and from those categories, you are able to get a list of topics. Now, there are list of topics, like a ton of topics, like you know, by that time you will be having up to 50 to 100 content ideas to explore, because from the niches to the sub niches to the categories to the topics. So by then you're having a lot of content ideas to deal with. And with those content ideas, you now start to explore. You now start to look at what you have. Now, those topics it gives you, by the time you start talking about those topics, you are going to find it inexhaustive. So you start writing those topics, and usually how to do your content is there's content repurposing, right? So you are going to start to repurpose those content, those topics it gives you. For example, it gives you, let's say, on finance for children. So to write on finance for children, you are going to do a picture write up. You can make a video with it. You can, the same write up you post on LinkedIn, you post it on Facebook, you post it on other platforms. So this is going to give you a broader view of things, because you are, first of all, what you are achieving here is you are never running out of topic. You are not running out of topic here. And then secondly, you are now, after not running out of topic, you are now having a lot more things to write about. You have like up to 50 topics to write about. You are repurposing each of them, and the AI can help you to write them, because by now it now understands exactly what you do, it understands how you do it. And then the mistake people make with talking with AI is they don't feed it enough information. We talk about AI prompting. Now, a lot of us prompt AI, but the problem is that we are lazy prompters, because AI is meant to be instructed. It's not meant to be handled with care, and you are begging it to do this and do that. It's meant to be handled and told exactly what to do. So it deals with a lot of information. So one of the best ways to prompt AI is to tell it what exactly it should do. So the best way of telling it what exactly to do is to feed it the picture. For example, you see a tweet online that you love so much. You are going to screenshot that tweet, and If you want to duplicate something like that tweet for your business because you've seen the number of views it has gotten, you've seen how many likes the video got, and all of that, you are going to screenshot that tweet. You send it into your AI, whether it's ChatGPT, it's Grok, it's Gemini, any one of them. You are going to screenshot that tweet, send it into your AI application, and then you are going to prompt it as follows. You are going to say, this is a tweet I like. You are going to point out some of the obvious things about the tweet that you noticed. You are going to say, I noticed that it had so amount of views in this number of days. I want you to analyze this tweet. I want you to look at it very well. I want you to analyze what exactly is making it to go viral. So I'm going to need you to ask your ChatGPT, ask your AI, what exactly, analyze this piece of content for me. Tell me what exactly is making it to go viral. What made it get 100 likes in 2 minutes? What made it get so amount of comments in such a short while? I need you to first analyze it. So you are going to tell it to first analyze the style of writing, if it's a write-up, if it's like a piece of content you saw online that you love so much. You're going to say, I want you to analyze what is hooking about this content. I want you to analyze the viral features, the style of writing, and everything. And when you analyze that enables you to achieve two things. It enables you to know and learn how to write, because AI chatbots like GPT are very good analyzers. GPT is very good critic. Is a very good critic. GPT can critique your video so well and so good. That's the best thing about it. So you are going to tell it, I want you to analyze this piece of content, and when it analyzes it, don't be soft on it. You are going to prompt it again and again and again till you extract the littlest bit of information from it. And after that, it enables you to know the firstly how to write. Now you've known what made that post go viral. Then secondly, now you are going to be able to tell GPT, from this analysis you've given, from this whole analysis you've told me that this video did well because of so and so. Now I want you to be able to replicate this content, because you've gotten the content from, let's say, Twitter, a viral content from Twitter, you fed it to GPT. Now you're going to tell it, since you've analyzed it, I want you to use all these strategies you've listed here, and I want you to make a viral content using these exact same styles and strategies used to write this. And you are going to find out you are going to get very similar posts to the original one, which does not belong to you. Remember, you are going to, now this enables you to do a lot of things, because first, you are not plagiarizing, you are just copying what works. And in social media, it is very essential to be able to copy what works, because the biggest people on social media, the best people on social media are those people that are able to copy what works and copy it perfectly. So that's one thing you need to learn. And these AI tools are so good at analyzing things. They may not be so good at producing stuff, but they are so good with analysis that you can almost rely on them to analyze and bring out that factor that makes a content so good. And now from the analysis, you are going to narrowly do exactly as someone is doing. Now, here's one advice I give to people starting out online, because most people that start up online, someone was asking me, was it last week? The person asked, I want to start on YouTube. I want to do so and so. I know you are so good in media, but I want to, get my followers up. I want to start on YouTube because you are so good with this YouTube thing. How do I learn how to do YouTube? So I told them, quite frankly, the best way to learn is not from courses, it's not from mentors, it's by looking at those creators that are doing so well and copying exactly what they are doing. So I told him, look at the creators, look at Mr. Beast, look at Joe Rogan, look at the creators that you love so much. I asked him, what exactly are they doing that attracts you so much? And then he started talking, started telling me a few things that they do. I'm like, okay, now I want you to do it exactly the same way they are doing it at first. Because at first, there's a lot to learn from, the big creators. Because now these big creators, they have lots of teams, they have a large team, they do lots of research. You as a small creator may not be able to, you may not have such, you know, you may not have such um should I call it infrastructure to do that high level of research. You don't have such infrastructure to do high level research. So it's left for you to rely on the research done by the big creators. The big creators do the research, the big creators have big teams, the big creators, they do a ton of work. They can afford to experiment because they have the funding, they spend millions of dollars on these things. But you don't have the funding. So it is not right for you to start experimenting, because it's going to be a terrible thing for you to start experimenting, because experimenting should not be your thing. You can't afford to experiment, because first of all, you don't have time to experiment, you don't have the resources to experiment. By the time you are done experimenting, you are going to find out you are losing momentum, you are losing faith in yourself, and you are getting, you are feeling down because you can't do this social media thing anymore by the time you are done experimenting. That is why you should not bother experimenting. Look at the big creators. What exactly are they doing? Copy what they are doing. Use AI to copy what they are doing. Allow AI to do the pattern recognition. One of the biggest tools you can have as a person is pattern recognition. Now, what is this pattern recognition? Pattern recognition is the ability of looking at what has happened in the past, looking and recognizing patterns. So a lot of people have this ability, which people say it's godlike ability, it's wisdom. Now, nobody really knows how to forecast the future. How do you forecast the future? You forecast the future by looking at the occurrences and events of the past. That's how you can forecast the future. So people, now you can't be able to do the research on your own. You can't be able to raise a whole team of research. The best way to do it is by looking at the big creators and copying what they do. Now, you might say, okay, I don't want to copy anyone. I want to come up with my own strategies. I want to do my own stuff. You want to do your own stuff. That is fine. That is beautiful. I love you for doing your own stuff. You are going to do your own stuff. But the first thing you're going to do is first learn what works. The best way to learn what works is by copying from the ones that have learned it. After copying what works, you do it exactly as they are doing it. And after doing exactly as they're doing it, what next do you do? The next thing you're going to do is you are going to start fine tuning it and doing it better than even before. So at first, you start copying what works. You go to their social media, you copy a post, you go to AI, you tell AI to analyze it, you pick the features you want to pick, you pick the right features, you pick good features, and you implement them into your writing, you implement them into your content. By the time you're doing that, at first, you will not be able to copy so much, because you are still trying to analyze the patterns, you are still trying to recognize things. And you as a beginner creator, there are some details that will be missing. So as the time go by, you'll be able to start better implementing these things. By then, You've been able to figure out why that big creator is having such number of followers, why his posts are always going viral, what he's doing right, what he's doing wrong. And then by then you've understood what the big creator does right. That is when, and only when, you can start fine-tuning. That is when you can start doing your own stuff. But before then, you can't do your own stuff. You can only look at what they're doing and do it. You can't do your own stuff for them. So that is the main thing I want to talk about. Look at what the greats are doing, get it into your AI, and get it to implement. So, and the second way of getting AI to, better understand you is what I call role playing. Now, role playing is the ability of getting an AI to fit into your shoes and getting it to understand the role it has to play. So, for example, I get into ChatGPT, I tell it, hey, ChatGPT, I want you to write a social media post for me. It's going to give me an answer, but it's not going to give me such a good answer that I would love. So, what do? I'm going to get it to sit in a very big position. I'm going to tell it, look, ChatGPT, I want you to assume the role of a creator. I want you to assume the role of a social media consultant. I want you to assume the role of Mr. Beast or a viral creator. And I want you to write me a social media strategy. Now, when you do this, it's going to better understand the role it has to play, because you don't assume that AI understands you. You never have to assume that. You never have to assume that, because quite frankly, it does not. So you have to always tell it what to do. Now you've defined its role. The next thing for you to do is to define your own role. Tell yourself, tell the AI what exactly you do and how you want the information. So a lot of people make this mistake because they tell AI what they want them to do, but they don't tell them how they want the information. You don't tell your AI what exactly you are working on. You don't tell it what you exactly you need it to do. You only give it information. You only tell it, look, I need you to do so and so. Why would you do that? You need to tell it what exactly you are looking for and why you need it to do that for you. And that is when you start having massive massive results from the AI, because the AI doesn't understand you. It's going to assume that you are the same as all the other people that ask it questions. So when you start prompting like this, when you start talking like this, it better starts understanding you, starts getting into your personality, starts fitting into your category, it starts knowing exactly what you want. Exactly, it starts getting to know what you want exactly. So that is some of the things you have to do. And then there's the last one. I think I'm trying to think of what I'm going to tell you. I'm trying to think of the last one. It's the role of, yeah, it's the place of getting AI to criticize its work, because an AI's first work is always not the best, because there are so many people using it, and it's only going to give you a simple work at first, because it just assumes, okay, I'm just going to get it off my back, I'm just going to tell you anything, and that's it. But then the more you start to fine tune it, it knows that, oh, this person is serious about this answer and he can't settle for less. That means I have to give a more calculative answer. I'll have to be more calculative. I'll have to tell him something better. So at that point, it's now getting to respect you, it's now getting to know that you are more serious. So one of the biggest hacks of AI is to tell it to criticize itself, because it's just like, using one stone to kill it, sorry, using one stone to kill two birds, because you are getting it to criticize itself and you are generally making your content better. So always tell your AI to criticize its write up, to find out pressure points, to find out where it made mistakes, and it's going to criticize itself and it's going to churn out the content over and over again. And like I told you earlier, an AI first result is always not the best. So you have to go for more and more and more and more and more. So this is 30 minutes. So I'll have to leave you guys. If you're online, um, send a message in the chat. If you have a question, send a message in the chat. Uh, because the live is about to end soon. So I'm just gonna give you extra few minutes. Let me know the questions if you have any questions to ask. Mm. All right. Since there's no question, I'm going to end the live.